This is the Making Noise podcast.
Being a music professor is a lot more like being a music student than I thought it would be.
Really?
Yes. Um, I think I had this idea. I mean, it's directly linked to like the behemoth of music idea that like especially as an undergrad. Okay, my professors know everything. They're 100% experts in in everything about their field. They design their classes. They always know what's going on. They know what's happening. You know, and and I have to say, being a music professor now, I mean, I started as a student at some point. When I was 8, I started piano. I was singing. At some point, I picked up the clarinet. Went to college, got some graduate degrees. Kept learning, and then at some point, there was just a line drawn, and now I'm a music professor. But it's not like, all of a sudden I became suddenly all that much more of an expert in my field as I was last year. It's just that I feel like I've been just sort of swimming along, learning new things every year, all the time. And then at some point, I guess I transferred over to the other side. Um, but I don't know, it surprised me a little bit because um, I think, I mean, music schools, universities are, it's based on interactions between professors and students, and everybody's part of that. Everybody's part of the culture. I'm saying the same things again, but I mean, I think as a student, I had an idea that I walk into music school and it's like, it's all set up. The professors made everything. They made their syllabus for the class. They designed, all the teaching they're going to do. They're experts in all of this. And then I'm the student and I just walked in and I'm going to just like open up my brain and the knowledge is going to kind of
just pour it right in.
And then the skull closes back and then all the knowledge trickles back out when I have to take the exam. But but the point being that it's always, it's always, first of all, it's always about the relationship between the teacher, and student or students, depending on the format. But it's in no way is it like that at all. I mean, I feel like I'm still learning. I feel like I'm still a student. And honestly, students come in, every day, all the time with things that they've figured out that I had no idea about. And so then I'm like, whose lesson is this really? And I think the answer is it's a lesson for both of us, all the time. And so I mean, I feel like the job title is different, and now I can afford some things that I couldn't afford before, which is good.
Yeah.
But but in terms of perspective, I mean, I'm still learning, and it's like I guess I had this idea. If you have a doctorate in your field, you know everything about your field. Well, I sure know a lot more about my field than I did before I started a doctorate, but I don't know everything about my field. I mean, I think basically the difference is now I know where to go to find answers if I don't know them. I have a better understanding of like the resources that are out there, but I sure don't know everything at all. And so I guess in a way that's been the most surprising thing, because I had this idea that everything was going to be I'm going to make the switch over and everything's going to be different, but it's actually not. And it's in so many ways I feel like it's just a continuation of what I've been doing the whole time. I'm still a student, really, in a lot of ways. And on the converse, students are teachers in their own ways as well. Every class is its own unique experience because of what students bring to the table. And I mean, I modify syllabus, course materials that I use quite a bit to be flexible depending on who's in the class, how the class is going, because of what the students bring to the table. And sometimes, I mean, students say things that are like, wow, I should have realized that. it's like a duh moment for me as a teacher. Okay, well, I'm taking that now, and now now I know something I didn't know before. So all that to say, I guess it's not the big difference that I thought it would be. It's it's a continuation of where I've been going, and I feel very lucky, extremely lucky to be able to teach, to work with students, to learn from students, to be doing what I'm doing.